what's your biggest time sink?
Anytime I find something now that I'm working on and I go, this is a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Who could take over this? Right? I try to unload as much as I can.
Every day, it's getting harder and harder to not have your identity stolen.
I think at the end of the day, what it boils down to is
welcome back, everybody. This is Start It or Scrap It. I'm Mike Tricanian.
I'm Gummi.
That's right, you are Gummi. And
most days.
Most days. And we are here to answer your questions about your business and starting a business, buying a business, selling a business, or just business in general. If you have questions, let us know. For those of you on TikTok watching us live, please put your questions in the comments and we'll try to get you some answers. But generally speaking, what we do is each week, Gummi and I come on and we take questions either from Reddit or from TikTok or from anywhere else and try to give people advice on what to do when they're having trouble with running their business. So
or starting it
or starting their business, right? Because there's a whole lot of things involved with that. So, but how have you been, man? Because we actually weren't here last week, and that was all me. That was all me. I was away. I went to Omaha of all places to visit my brother. Omaha. And it's exactly what you think it is. It's nothing but corn. Nothing but corn.
Okay. Fields. As
really,
far as the eye
really
can see.
good corn.
Yeah.
But nothing but corn.
Okay. So, I had something interesting this morning.
Oh yeah.
So I ordered something online yesterday, and realized I had ordered the wrong thing.
Okay.
So
Amazon or
no, directly from the company.
Okay.
So I'm reading through my order and I realized I made a mistake. And on the bottom it says, hey, if you have any questions, concerns, anything, just reply to this email.
Yeah.
So I emailed them back and said, hey, I messed up. I ordered this. I meant to order the regular, not the light, right? And literally within seconds, I got a response.
Is this Arizona iced tea?
No.
Okay.
No. I got a response like within seconds.
Okay.
And it was absolutely fascinating because, let me see if I can boot this up here. At the bottom of the response, it literally said, this is an AI generated response.
It had to be.
Yeah. But it was phenomenal, right? Because literally within seconds, I had confirmation that they knew what my problem was.
Okay.
They even like stated this is not part of our standard guidelines, but this has been forwarded to a human that will get back to you within a few hours.
Very
right?
cool.
But it was the fact that, it was an immediate response. It addressed the problem I was having.
Mm-hmm.
It let me know what the standards were and that someone would be in touch,
Very cool.
very soon. And I was like, this is brilliant use of AI.
That is brilliant use of AI.
Right? So here. And then literally an hour and a half later, I got the confirmation that my order had been changed.
So yeah, see, I love when AI gives you the immediate answers like that because you feel like, okay, someone's taking care of, even though we know it's not a person.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Here's why.
Right.
The company responded to you.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if it was a person, their bot, etc. And it wasn't just a, hey, we got your email, we'll get back to you.
So here is the exact response that I got, right? Thanks for reaching out about your order. Since your order hasn't fulfilled yet, and both the KBS Tour S Lite and KBS Tour shafts are in stock, there might be a possibility to change the shafts on your order. However, this isn't something we can confirm or guarantee at this stage. There is no explicit policy about modifying orders after they're placed. Your request will be forwarded to the appropriate team for review and processing as soon as possible. We'll keep you updated with any progress. And literally, this response came in at, I want to say like 9 o'clock. And by 10 o'clock, a human had emailed me back saying that the change had been made and they had updated my order.
There you go.
Right. But like, I wasn't even thinking about it for that. Or
Right.
I wouldn't have thought about it even if they wouldn't have gotten back to me till this afternoon.
So the beauty of that answer that the AI gave you was that it told you what the scenario was going to be.
Yes.
Right. You weren't like left in limbo trying to figure, oh, well, what's going to happen here? They gave, so you don't have to think about all the different possibilities. They told you here are your options.
Correct.
And here's what's going to happen and then someone will be in touch letting you know.
Yeah. And
which is great.
Depending on what the response would have been, I know I could have emailed back and said, hey, can I cancel the order and replace it, right? But the fact that they just let me know that there might be a chance of modifying it was good enough.
That's great.
Right? Like, now I'm not left in limbo.
Right.
Well, I kind of am, but not. Right? Like, I know a human is going to be looking at this pretty soon.
Right.
And like, it's one of those things that I'm starting to realize more and more is a lot of big companies are ramming AI in everywhere.
Right.
Right. So like Google,
even places it's not needed.
Or it shouldn't be.
Well,
for that matter, right? But I'll give you an example. Google Business Profiles. They have now started AI reviewing profiles. And they have certain things in place that if you don't meet these requirements, they get flagged. Right? If you don't meet the requirements, they get flagged again. But there's no human looking at it.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't either. So
that has such potential for bias.
It
does. It has a huge potential for bias.
So I'll give you an example. We have a client right now. His profile it was verification required. We provided them all the documentation except for a utility bill. We sent them the EIN confirmation from the federal government. We sent them all their licenses, copies of insurance, like all of it.
Everything you needed, yeah.
And the verification went through.
Okay.
Literally 7 days later, we get another request for verification. So we go down, we do the whole thing again, and this time the profile gets suspended.
Why?
It's reviewed by AI,
right?
Like, so AI watches whatever video, whatever you have to submit, and apparently it got. So we send in a reactivation request, right? So we send the stuff in once again. All the documents that they're a legal company, all of that stuff. And we even went as far as changing them from a address-based business to a service area business. Because with a service area business, you don't even really need to provide an address, right? We just get an automated email back that says, hey, it's still suspended because of this clause, right? Only to find out that it's AI that's reviewing it. So all they're looking for are that certain things match.
Yes.
Right. And if you're a small business owner, it's like this guy says, he's like, I'm a plumber. He's like, I don't look at all this stuff. So like in this case, they had taken over another business, right? Well, the electric was still in the old company's name. All this stuff was in the old company's name. So then he had a legal name and then he had a DBA name, right? So now we're creating even further mismatch. And the more I sat there and looked at it and I started pulling up all of his documents and all these things, and I'm like, I could totally see why some lady in the Philippines that doesn't know anything about small business would assume that this is like it looks like fraud from the outside.
Sure.
Right? Like it looks like all these documents were just kind of manufactured,
right? But
not even well, right? Because mismatch of names, mismatch of things. Even like old and new phone numbers. Like I could easily see why they're having a hard time or why we're having a hard time getting the Google Business Profile like reactivated. And the problem with them is once they're suspended, it's a pain to get them out of suspension.
Oh yeah,
right? Like
sure.
It could take weeks or months. Well, we already have a 30-day delay because we can't get a utility bill in their name because it's all in the old company. They literally switched that last week.
So we have to wait for that to come through.
Now we got to wait for that to come through.
Oh, what a pain in the neck, man. That could hurt. You could really hurt your business.
It's hurting him a lot.
Yeah.
He was before they suspended the profile, he was getting 80% of his leads from there.
Wow.
Between that and the Google local service ads,
right?
That's where he was getting 80% of his leads. Well, the Google local service ads, they get suspended when your profile gets suspended.
Wow.
So that no longer runs either.
That doesn't run. What a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're right. That's
And then they're yelling at me, right? Like, why did this happen? And I'm like,
here's one of the things people don't realize with AI. It doesn't really, it mimics reasoning, but it doesn't really reason.
correct.
Right? They're natural language models more than anything else. Okay, and they purport to be to think, but they're not really thinking. They're not reasoning. They're not going to take, like you said, the EIN, which is called the SS4. They're not going to take the SS4, which has ABC company on it, realize that the new company is XYZ company, and then match that to a letter that says we've changed the name or there's a DBA or something like that.
Correct.
It's just going to see ABC, but it's XYZ. They don't match. Get it out of here.
Correct.
That's all it's going to see. It doesn't think along those ways.
No, and what's crazy is when you set up Google local service ads, the amount of documentation you have to provide to prove that you have insurance, that you're licensed to operate, that you have a plumber's license,
Right.
like, and the fact that those two systems don't communicate, right? And that the business profile, which is the freebie version, controls the paid version. And I'm like,
yeah,
if
guess
we're
who's not paying?
if we're paying for the leads and we've already gone
Right.
through this massive verification on one side, what is like, why is this an issue, right? Like, they could have just sent, hey, based on your Google local service ad, we see you should be a service area business. Please change it.
Yeah.
Right. But they don't tell you anything. They literally just go, hey, you're in violation of these guidelines.
Right.
And then you click on the guidelines and guess what? There's like 70 of them.
I know.
Right. And you're like, huh.
Well, which one could it be?
So we spend hours going through to find anything that could be a potential mismatch. Right. And through all of this research, what I found out is for location-based businesses, the holy grail for Google is the electric bill. Because the electric bill is the only guaranteed utility where the address on the bill has to match.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the only bill. And
Right.
I was thinking about it. And I'm like, yeah, but what about
But
like,
even that's a problem.
but I'm like, even like Verizon, right? Like Verizon has it, but you could have one billing address and service elsewhere.
Sure.
Right? Because it lists billing address, not service address.
But the name could be, because so I have 3 companies that run out of this building here, right? The Pico bill's not in the name of all 3 companies.
Correct.
It's in one.
Yes.
So how do I verify the other companies are here as well?
Exactly.
If
right?
if you're using Pico,
we have 2 out of the same address, and only one of them pays for those things.
Yeah.
If they wanted us to verify using an electric bill, we would not be able to.
Exactly.
Right. So, I mean, all the other documentation would match up, but we would have no utility bills because the company doesn't have any utilities because it's paid for by a different company.
Yeah.
Like, so like I understand Google wanting to crack down on fraud and all that stuff, but like, make it realistic for the average person that is a plumber or like does this primarily.
Right.
So yeah. Anyways.
So yeah. So point being, and we talk about AI a lot here. AI can be troublesome. It can be good. But as a business owner, if you're building a product, get to understand if you're going to be utilizing AI into your product in any way. Get understanding that sometimes it can actually be a detriment. It's not always helpful.
Yeah.
So we have a question from TikTok.
So
what?
I think though Google is looking at this and is going, this is helpful for us because it takes
it's great
less
for them.
human hours.
It's great for them.
For the people.
But actually, no, it's not great for them. And the reason why is because the people, like you said, the people that are already verified that are paying now, there's nothing to pay because they're not getting any leads because they're not verified anymore.
Yeah.
So it's actually not very
no.
beneficial.
We
for
have
Google.
to turn to running an AdWords campaign.
Yeah.
Which is costing us more.
It's going to cost you more money.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so we have a question here on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok and you're watching this live, please put your questions in the comments and we'll be happy to get to them. So this is from Third Coast Riviera Shop. It says, what do you know what license I would need to deliver fuel on water? I need help getting my, that's a different question. We'll get to that later on. So fuel on water. So you're talking about like marine delivery, like, delivering fuel to boats and things like that? I'm assuming that's what they're talking
I'm
about.
assuming he says delivering it out on the water,
Yeah.
not at port.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what kind of license? I'm not entirely sure. I have to look that up. I'm certain there's some type of specialty license you need for
It's
something
gotta
like
be.
that. For the hazmat reasons alone. I mean, you spill the water on
Yeah.
you spill the fuel in the water. It's a not it's an ecological disaster. So, I don't know off the top of my head
I don't either.
what type of license you would need. That's something we would absolutely have to look up for you. I can guarantee you would need one. I hate to say, but I would speak with a maritime attorney who can help you with that. That's definitely not. We're in Pennsylvania. We're the closest water to us is the Delaware River. Right?
Yeah,
So
I mean, we do have some lakes that
we got some
people-
lakes
yeah.
and such, but the maritime law just isn't something I deal with, unfortunately. So I would not be able to help you with that. But I would imagine talking to a maritime attorney would absolutely be able to get you those answers very quickly. But then the same person says, I need help getting my TikTok shop back. I was suspended for failure to identify. They turned down, I did everything they turned down my appeal. I did everything that they asked. I keep hearing about stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's not just TikTok, but all the social media platforms.
Yeah. And
It can be difficult to get it back, if not impossible sometimes.
Correct. The problem is always, normally they find something that is mismatching.
Yeah.
And the moment they see anything that's a mismatch, I'll give you an example of this.
Yeah.
We submitted an appeal once to get something restored, and it got denied. And I'm like, why is this getting denied? It's dumb, right? I had misspelled the guy's middle name.
Ah.
Right? Like I had left the S off the end of his middle name, and that was enough that they didn't take the appeal.
Okay.
Right? Like they have become so petty about this that human error while submitting an appeal is no longer a valid excuse. Right? It's no longer, whoever's reviewing this stuff is just told, make sure it matches 100%. Right?
And I know you say that it's petty, but I think it's needed. I mean, how much identity theft is there out there on a daily basis?
I get it, and even Google, all of these places have gotten way stricter on all this stuff, right? Like if you have a legal address and that's on your driver's license, or you have an outdated driver's license with your old address on it and a new electricity bill, that's enough. That's enough. It will not get approved.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but it's in 5 years now, it's going to be even worse.
Oh yeah.
You're going to need blood types.
Pretty much. Right. Like
retina scans,
fingerprints,
fingerprint analysis. It's just honestly, because every day it's getting harder and harder to not have your identity stolen.
I think at the end of the day, what it boils down to is it just goes to show how much rampant fraud there is out there, right? Like, and I didn't realize that one of the most defrauded categories for Google business profiles, the ones that they scrutinize the most, are locksmiths.
Yeah.
And I was like, locksmiths?
That makes sense.
Out of everything?
I can see that.
Yeah, apparently that's one of the most frauded categories on business profiles.
I could absolutely see that. Hey, yeah, I'm a locksmith. Let me come to your house and break in.
Right.
Now I have the key to your door. It's like, all right. So anyway, I feel for you on getting your shop back. How many times have we heard that it's just gone? You're never getting it back.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You got to start over.
Yeah. I can't give you any specific advice because we don't know what your exact situation is. Failure to identify. I mean, look at what Gummi said. Sometimes misspelling the name by one letter is enough to for them to deny your appeal. So take a look at every single thing you sent in and see if see if maybe there's something. Is the address incorrect? Sometimes it could be your address is 123 South Broad Street.
Yep.
And you sent in 123 Broad Street. And it just didn't have the S, or it has the S, but you spelled it south. That could be a difference.
Here is the interesting thing when you're in a state like Pennsylvania. I think it's something like 29% of counties and townships fall within 2 zip codes.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll give you a perfect example of this. Our old business address with everybody except Verizon. It was a Colmar address.
Yeah.
For Verizon, it was a Hatfield address. Pico, same thing.
Yeah.
Pico, the only thing they go by is what post office does your mail go to, right? So even if you, in some cases, like you could live right next to one post office, but if a different post office is the one handling your mail, that's the township Pico uses.
Actually, I think it went further. So we have this. Fortunately, it has not been a problem, knock on wood, but it's funny. Our Pico bill. So this isn't the actual name of my street, but let's say my street name was Franklin Street. Instead of 123 Franklin Street, which is our address, it says Lot 6 Franklin Street.
Yeah.
As our address.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So if I were to use Pico, my Pico bill to turn it in, it's never going to match.
Same. So Doylestown right up here is a perfect example of this.
Yeah.
Right? Is you can be in a Doylestown zip code, but Pico is the only one that uses, or Verizon is the only one that uses Doylestown as the name, and there's no way to change it.
Right.
Right. So like if you had a business in 18901, right, and that shows up as a Doylestown address, but you're technically in, I don't know, New Britain or Pipersville or like one of those where like it's just a tiny little shiver that falls.
It's still showing
Doylestown. That type of stuff.
So that could be what's going on with you. I take a look at every single thing you send over and make sure that they all match.
Yeah.
All right. So anyone on TikTok, any questions, send them in. In the meantime, we will be going to the subreddit on Reddit today, entrepreneurship, and answering some questions from there whilst we wait for comments on TikTok.
If you want to see more content like this, please just subscribe to the channel. Subscriber count helps a lot.
All right. This is from tiny_restaurant 4823 who says, need business support. Hi all. I have a really good idea in the food business space. It's a food product that hasn't been sold on the shelves yet and is convenient on the go. Oh, it is a convenient on-the-go product. I'm struggling to find a supplier to manufacture, package, and ship my product. I need to seal the produce aseptically. I've never heard that word. As it contains dairy, so I want to extend the date as much as possible. If I just bought the dairy part of the product itself and sealed it, the date would only be 3-ish days, so it's crucial to find a supplier who will do it. Can you provide any guidance? Okay, first off, what does aseptically mean?
It's like sterile.
Oh, okay.
So like pasteurized.
Oh, okay.
So on and so forth.
I've never heard that term before.
Yeah, it
crazy.
Basically means
learn something new every day. Don't
there
you?
Can't be any bacteria in it, right? So like,
gotcha.
Have you ever bought prepackaged avocado?
Sure.
Have you seen how like the lid is always, or the plastic is smushed totally against the avocado? So there's no air in there. So when they package it, they squeeze out all the air.
Okay.
Because the air has bacteria, so on and so forth. So it can, depending on what the product is, will change it. Some products get boiled or heated, superheated to kill the bacteria. So,
all right. So where do you do this? I mean, there's bound to be manufacturers out there that you can do that you can hire to do this for you.
Yeah, there's packaging companies.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize one of my clients actually that has to do this. They hire a company that comes to their location with the packaging equipment once a month and packages everything for them on site.
Yep.
So like there are contract packaging companies that can come on location and package. Once again, I don't know what it is. In my case with the client, it's beverages. So they have a canner that comes in and cans everything for them once a month.
Okay.
But there's also contract manufacturers out there that you can use.
Plenty of them.
There should be packaging companies.
I mean, there's packaging companies, there's shipping companies, there's companies that package and ship. I mean, look, I would start looking at a third-party logistics company, a 3PL. Look for a 3PL that possibly has either connections or manufacturing capabilities.
Yes.
Right. That would be the ideal scenario. And there's plenty of them out there. I know quite a few. So there are absolutely centers and companies out there that will take your product, package it, ship it, handle fulfillment, everything.
Yeah. I mean, the only problem is whenever it's a food product is it needs to be at a verified facility.
Yeah.
Right. Like but there's going to be someone around you that knows someone that has a packaging company or I forget what they're called, contract manufacturer, right? That can make the product for you.
Yep.
And then package it and either deliver it to you, leave it on site, ship it out, whatever. I actually have a client that's in the ice cream business, and they do that. All their ice cream is now manufactured by this packaging company according to their specifications. And then the manufacturing companies has giant freezers that stores, 20 pallets at a time for them. And they just go in and their delivery driver actually goes to the facility to get the orders every morning.
Okay.
And then takes them out and goes out for delivery.
Yeah, sure.
So
I've seen that. Yeah. So tiny_restaurant. There's definitely services out there that could help you with this. I would say, me personally, I would probably start looking at 3PLs with manufacturing capabilities. Again, a very simple Google search.
Yes.
Will get you those answers.
Just a lot of times people don't know those types of businesses.
Yeah, they don't know what to
exist.
search.
Right.
Yeah, they don't exactly. They don't know where do I start? Where do I start at? Again, 3PL, third-party logistic.
Yep.
Yeah, third-party logistics.
Or contract manufacturing.
Or contract manufacturing.
Like
There
Arizona.
Please.
I found out apparently has manufacturing
tell me all about it.
They have manufacturing facilities. So this specific one, the diet,
Yeah.
the Arnold Palmer diet,
Yes.
half and half.
Yeah.
It's half lemonade, half iced tea.
Uh-huh.
The reason it's so hard to get up this way
Uh-huh.
is that it's apparently being canned by a contract company somewhere up here.
Oh, is it?
And I learned that from Mr. Mike Bound from Bound Beverages.
Oh, is that okay?
But I wish it was easier to get because it is refreshingly delicious.
Well, if they ever actually become an actual sponsor, maybe they'll send you all the cans you need. You can take a bath in it.
I started ordering it directly from their website.
Did you?
Just to make sure that I have it.
That's funny. No, Arizona is not a sponsor of the show. Although as much as Gummi would love Arizona to be a sponsor of this show. But every week we have that fun little game with their cans. All right. So, Tiny Restaurant, good luck. Let us know, send us a comment. Let us know how it works out for you. All right. This is from Dangerous-Mammoth 437, who says, feeling stuck between ambition and isolation. Ooh, I know that feeling. I know that feeling very well. Hey, everyone. I'm in my mid-20s, currently working on my second startup. The first one was a decent stumble.
Good.
And recently...
I love that.
I do too.
I love that decent stumble.
Yes. I love that it didn't work and they're doing it again.
Yes.
And they're only in their mid-20s. That's great. And recently moved to New York City. Lately, I've been feeling this weird tension. I'm surrounded by energy, events, and a founder culture, but somehow still feel incredibly isolated.
Yep.
I love building, thinking big, and pushing myself, but it's hard to find people who really get that and want to go beyond surface level hustle talk. I'm craving a circle of sharp, ambitious people who also value emotional depth. Folks who are thinking long term but still want to meet up, co-work, share wins, losses, and just be real about the highs and lows. Is anyone else feeling this? Would love to hear how others are navigating this space.
Yes. So
yes, everyone's feeling, not everyone, a lot of people are feeling it.
A couple of weeks ago, we talked about it.
Yeah.
I used to go to a networking event once a month, which was exactly these types of people, right? Like it was really hard to find that group, but once we found it and we got together once a month, it changed the trajectory of many businesses in there.
Oh,
right?
cool.
That were stuck. They didn't know what to do. And just being able to bounce it off of other people that were in a similar boat, right? Like I always remember there was a guy opening up what the hell was it? Like a sauna type thing.
Okay.
And then there was an IT guy, and the IT guy asked the question and the sauna guy answered it. And you're like, that's not even a related industry, but it's a similar problem between two people. And next month, the IT guy came in and said, do you know what? That answer was awesome. We implemented what you said.
That's great.
And it was tremendously helpful.
And these are people that actually are like really want to engage with other people, not just sell their product.
No.
We talk about this a lot with networking, right? The way networking should work is, let me learn about you. If you're interested, come learn about me, right? And I'm not here to buy your product and I'm not here to sell my product. We're just here to learn about each other's business and learn about each other personally as well. Then down the line, if I hear the side of my ear that someone is looking for something that you do, I can say, hey, talk to my friend Gummi. I met him the other day, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
That's generally how networking is supposed to work.
Correct.
What too many people do is they come into a networking event with their business cards and expect to make sales.
Yes.
And that's just not how it works.
No, what made this event different was that from the get-go, they basically said it without saying it, is that if you tried to peddle your service or sell your service to someone while in the meeting,
you're out.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, you're out.
Like, that's what you should do. That's how it should be.
You won't be allowed to come back, right? So it set up a much more nurturing environment where you were there to help someone else and you could get help if you needed it, right? Like, and it totally changes how the event feels, right? And during the event, they would do like a 5-minute hot seat, and anybody in the group could volunteer to be in it.
Yeah.
Or request to be towards the end of it, people were requesting it in advance, right? Like they were emailing the guy that organized and be
That's
like,
great.
Hey, can I take the hot seat tonight? Because like I'm having some problems, right? And it's phenomenal to be able to sit down with a list of, hey, here's the issues I'm having. And you have 35, 40 people that are all business owners or startups giving you direct feedback and ideas and suggestions. Like it was one of the best events for like helping each other out that I've ever been to.
That's so cool. Are you guys still doing it?
But hard to find.
Are you still doing that?
No, the guy that used to organize it retired.
Oh, what a shame. You should take over that. Seriously, that's a very niche type of group.
Yes.
That you don't find very often.
Nope.
And I'll bet you a lot of people would be interested in joining that. You should really consider.
Maybe we should start one.
Getting that up again. But for Dangerous Mammoth here, I mean, man, a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people are going through the same thing you are. And as Gummi said, it might just be a matter of finding the right group or even starting the right group. Have rules with the group that you're going to be in. Again, if you come in pitching your products to everybody, you're out. That's not what this group is about.
Correct.
Right? This group is about helping each other. In fact, I don't even want to know what you do. If you're here, you're trying to help other people. That should be the goal.
I mean, we all knew what each other did. Like,
yeah, sure.
Like when you meet someone, you're like, hey, what do you do?
Right.
But that also gave you the fundamental, hey, I'm trying to start a spa. I'm trying to start a IT company.
Right. And here's a problem I'm running into.
Correct. We talked about it from just what we're doing, not what we're selling necessarily. Right. Like, and it was really good.
That's awesome.
We should start that. I should.
You really should. I'd be a part of that. I'd love to be a part of that. Yeah. And I mean, look, we're here giving advice to people,
I know.
right? We take an hour or two out of our day to give advice to people. What the heck? I'd love to do it in person too. So yeah, Dangerous Mammoth, there's lots of people that are in that boat, especially in New York City. I'd have to imagine there's a lot.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean,
it's a matter of finding them.
Suburban Philadelphia, our biggest event had 70 people at it.
Right.
Right. And every single one of them was either a founder or an owner.
So good luck to you. Let us know if you start something. Let us know. Maybe we'll come up to New York. I'd love to get a day trip to New York one day. All right. Next one here is from cultural-cover-3767, who says, business idea for a teenager. How many times do we get this? We get this a lot.
Yes.
This actually is the teenager. Sometimes it's the parents saying, I want something for my kids. I've been very ambitious, trying out different things as a teenager, trying to earn money and love comfortably. I'm guessing it's live. Recently stumbled upon something, graphic design. I'm pretty good at it, so I figured why not make a business from it. So I did, but clients ghosted me and ad spend just evaporated. That's your whole world right there. I forgot about it for a few months. I'm depressed now, but I figured why not outsource?
I'm desperate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said, my bad. I'm desperate now, but I figured why not outsource? So I figured to hire other teenagers and freelancers, marketers, etc. Pay them via commission per project done and per client brought in. Only when the client pays do the freelancers get their cut. If not, then no pay. I have no capital, no clue what my expenses are, what my next steps are. I have a Facebook page, design tools, no team, no budget, no capital on my phone. That's basically it. So I'm hoping to ask for help and what you recommend for me to do. Well, first off, I kind of like the idea of if you can find people that will work with you and only get paid when you get paid, more power to you. That's great.
Good luck.
Good luck. But that's great if you could find that.
They'll work for you once.
Right, exactly. Until they don't
Right?
get paid. Not that you wouldn't pay them, but that you don't get paid, they can't pay them.
So like, good idea. I would start with, I always like Alex Hormozi's idea with this is like, give until you don't have time to give anymore, and then start charging.
Yeah.
Right. Like, there are plenty of nonprofits and companies and people out there that need graphic designers but can't pay for them right now.
Right.
Right. So build your portfolio, go on Fiverr, offer a really cheap design just to build your portfolio, right? Like, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
And especially on social media, you need to be showcasing a new design that you put out every week, because if Facebook is your primary marketplace to sell, and your last new design was April of this year,
right,
that might turn some people off.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're going to go to contracting other people to do the work, make sure they always get paid. So take a deposit when you take on the work, right? Non-refundable deposit.
Yep.
That way you can always cover the freelancer that you hired. Even if you make no money, that's okay. But make sure the freelancer and the people you hire,
because they will never work for you again.
Correct. And that's how you build long-term relationships with people in the industry, right? Basically what he's talking about is setting up a sales and marketing arm.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And then subcontracting the work. And that is a very, very common practice in roofing, in pest control, this is not a new model.
No.
It's just go learn more about sales and marketing and be that, or go be a really good graphic designer and get your work from Fiverr.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
As a marketing guy, you're a marketing guy, right?
Kind of.
You kind of. Are you finding AI changing the graphic design landscape?
So it's speeding it up.
Right.
Right. So now when you conceptually need to create something, we use AI all the time to create an outline of what we're looking for. So rather than having to have a designer go through 3 revisions to get it close, we use AI. It takes 15 minutes and we get the general direction where the client goes, yeah, this is the direction I want to go.
Right.
And then we hand it off to a graphic designer. So,
okay. So AI doesn't produce the final result.
No,
The graphic designer still does.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think that's going to be the case for a while?
No.
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 Just a matter of time. Right?
It's just here's the problem with anything design related, right? Like, so you send something to a client and they go, it needs more pop. What does that mean? Right?
Soda or
right? So like, really a big part of any of these types of services is simply the ability to understand what a client is asking for, right? If you can get really good at translating that into AI, AI might take over some of the simpler graphics, but it's not like Facebook posts, Instagram stuff. AI is probably going to start dominating for quick, where like the key is the copy that you're writing. And with that copy, it's relatively easy to tell AI, hey, I need a plumber putting together 2 pipes. It can do that, right? But that's not an ad graphic. That's just an image that goes with your copy, right? If you're looking to create an actual advertisement that you're going to be run, like a Google banner or a banner on a website or an actual ad, AI still has a really, really hard time with getting those really good. But it's just a matter of time. And it's moving closer, faster than people realize.
I keep seeing AI have issues with words.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand that.
I think it has to do with, because training them on graphics and video is different than training them like a large language model, right? So like their primary focus isn't the words, it's layout.
Yeah.
Which is why we use them. Like where it saves the most time is logos.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like
absolutely.
We now have cut the production time of logos in half because we can get a general direction. Like we can generate 3 or 4 different versions of a logo for a client, send it to them and go, hey, which one of these concepts do you like? And normally it's a very strong favor towards one or two.
Yeah.
Then we have something to send to the graphic designer, go, hey, this is the style they like.
Yeah.
Right. So it sped up that process considerably.
That's good.
But like, I worry about like AI and logos. I think they're going to start making logos that are way too similar to logos that are copyrighted.
Yeah.
Or trademarked. So I don't think final product, it's going to be a while till AI can produce like final product.
So why do you
like
think that's going to be any different than a human being? Because so a human being is not going to be able to go out and determine if a logo that they're about to produce is
Correct.
something that already exists. I mean, there's just billions of them out there.
Correct.
How's AI going to be any different?
It comes down to what I believe, that image AIs are still way too close to what they were trained on.
I see. Because they were trained on the Coca-Cola logo, they're going to build things based on the Coca-Cola logo. I see what you're saying.
Versus a human being was inspired by the grass outside their window, right? Like
or other artwork.
Like we see that commonly. Like, you know, you can walk through any art gallery and there's 40 paintings of flowers on a table, all with slight variations, right? Like, did they copy each other? No, it was what they taught in art school. Like, it was literally how you were trained, right? Like, and it's where you go from there. My concern with AI is that it's only trained on things that human beings have generated. So is it going to be capable of coming up with something that is new or different enough that it will not violate trademark or copyright laws?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next few years. I mean, especially in the legal practice, it's one of the things that everyone talks about is what's going to happen with AI. What's AI going to do with this, that, or the other?
What's happening in the UK right now is interesting because they are basically, if I remember correctly, I follow this trademark attorney. She specializes in the music industry because there's a lot of like copyright issues with music and all that stuff. I believe over in the UK, they are actually loosening trademark or copyright restrictions to make more room for AI generated.
They're going to have to.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way around it.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. So the reason I brought that question up is because this guy here, Cultural Cover, saying that he was a teenager getting involved with graphic design and such. I think you might need to find another approach to that, because I think it's a matter of time before you doing the actual graphic design goes away.
50% of graphic designers are going to be out of a job in 10 years.
Yeah. So knowing that that's coming, do something about it. Use AI now. Learn how to use AI to help further your graphic design business.
I just saw a terrifying stat the other day that the highest unemployment rate right now are the early positions college students used to get. That is rising. That unemployment rate is rising faster than any other unemployment rate.
Oh man.
All those entry-level jobs that you used to get out of college are going, they're not gone, but they are slowly going away.
They will be.
Right? And it isn't because AI is now doing the job. It's because the person that got hired is doing the job twice as fast, utilizing AI tools. So you need
less of them,
40% less people doing the same amount of work, right?
Wow. All right.
Did we talk about the Ask HR or HR, the tool that, who was it, HP or IBM developed, that basically was set up to replace, and they fired 8,000 HR employees?
I did hear about this. I don't think we talked about it on here though.
Okay. So what was interesting about that is they ended up firing basically 8,000 people in HR.
Yeah.
Right. What they find out is they could now take all that money and move that, and they ended up hiring another 9,000 people. I think it was 9,000. So they ended up hiring more
people.
But in totally different departments. Right. So like the HR staff never really came back because AI was capable of doing what most of those HR people were doing. Where they did need people was sales, marketing, design, like product design, innovation. It's very, very interesting to see how AI basically shifted from admin work, I want to call it, to producing work.
Yep.
But yeah.
Very cool. All right, so let's move on. We have, again, if you're on TikTok watching live, please put your questions in the comments about your, if you're starting a business, if you're running a business, anything that has to do with that, and we'll be happy to get to you. All right, so this is from adventurous_news9172, who says, to the entrepreneurs here, what's your biggest time sink? Hey, everyone, just want to know your thoughts on this. Something that makes you pull your hair. Well, yeah, it's me, right? Pulling my hair. Because you want to focus on something more beneficial in your business, but end up procrastinating on other stuff. Everyone is welcome to share. Oh, man. Go ahead.
So I saw, do you know who Kevin O'Leary is?
Of course.
Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful.
I just saw him. I didn't know he used to work for Steve Jobs.
Oh, neither did
I. Just found that out. But what he was saying is what made Steve Jobs so phenomenal at what he did is he would have his to-do list for the day.
Yep.
He would pick the 2 absolutely most pressing things to move the business forward and wouldn't work on anything else on that list until those 2 things had been dealt with. And that got 80% of his time.
Mm-hmm.
All the other stuff got 20% of his time. Right. And I was like, that's a cool idea. That is a really good way to do it. Like, what is the most pressing issue? We will not move on to all these other things that have to be done, because have to is used very loosely. And he's like, that's what made Steve Jobs so good at what he does. Right. And interestingly enough, he said he's only met one other guy that is better at it than Steve Jobs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Elon Musk.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He goes,
that's funny.
He's like Steve Jobs had an 80% rate. He's like Elon Musk has a 100% rate.
Wow.
He does not deal with anything that is not the most pressing priority for the business. And I was like, that's fascinating, right? And then I thought about how I spent my day that day, because I saw this clip at night. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I spent 80% of my time today on BS stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like paperwork or answering emails or like something that I didn't really need to spend my time on. It could have waited till tomorrow or the next day, or I could have passed it on to someone else. But I did it just because, like, it was there, right? Like, so yeah, I think what makes us pull our hair out is the BS work that we give priority that shouldn't have priority at all.
Sometimes you have to, though. Sometimes it has to take priority, even though you're right, it shouldn't. But it has to. It has to be done one way or the other. Especially when you're a small. It's easy for Kevin O'Leary to say that because he's got 6,000 people that he can say, "You go do this while I do something else," right? But for you and I, who only have a small staff, right? But it's hard to get things done sometimes.
But that was one of the things I realized pretty early on is if I gave my staff a lot of room for error and a lot of ability to make decisions, less of that stuff came to me, right? Like I wasn't getting questions where I was like,
oh, sure.
Like, this is something you could have handled. She's like, well, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're allowed to make any decision for anything up to $10,000. How about that? And they were like, what? And I'm like, up to 10K, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
Just make the decision, right? And if it's wrong, we'll go over why it was wrong.
Does that include paying themselves a 10K bonus?
No.
Well, it's up to 10K. I just thought if I had a bonus, I'd do a better job.
No, but the fact that they now knew that there was a limit on anything that they were like, so if someone came to me and I was like, hey, a customer wants a refund on this $79 thing. And I was like, then just give them the refund. You have the decision to say yes or no.
Yep.
It's up to you. Right. And they were like, because their former boss, this was part of the company that I took over, right? They weren't allowed to do those things. So I found out that my time was being consumed by
$10
for like the most random things where I was like, this is a waste of my time. Right. So anytime I find something now that I'm working on and I go, this is a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Who could take over this? Right. I try to unload as much as I can. Right. So it only leaves me with a handful of things that are a must do every day for me. Right. A lot of this other stuff. Now I get emails in and I literally push the forward button and send it to someone else. Emails that I used to take the time replying to and like looking into and stuff. That's I've minimized that to like almost nothing.
Very cool. So yeah, I mean, time sinks. Again, it's exactly what you said. It's the little things, the little novel things that have to get done on a daily basis. You got to find someone else to do them, or they have to be done after hours, weekends, things like that, so that you can focus your energies during the week on actually growing and building your business.
Yeah.
But those things are a part of it. I'll give you number one for me is bookkeeping. Bookkeeping from day one has been an absolute nightmare for my business. It's always a nightmare.
One of the very first things I farmed out.
Yeah.
Because it was taking up a ton of my time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, when I found out what it cost to hire a bookkeeper,
Yeah.
I was like, why am I bothering with this? Like literally, why am I bothering with this?
Yeah, bookkeepers a thing that bookkeeping is a thing that you got to stay on top of as well, and it could be an absolute time sink. It is for me, I'll tell you that. So, all right, adventurous news. Yeah, great question because we all have it, we all feel it. Let us know your thoughts. Put it in the comments. All right, I think we have time for one more.
We should.
One-ish more.
What time is it?
We have time for one more here. All right, so this is from unique_helicopter_64, who says, what should I start based on my experience and knowledge? Hello, I am a 21-year-old girl living in Canada and doing a bachelor degree in CS, still a year and a half to complete it, and am working in software sales as a sales rep. I started a lead gen business with my media buyer, but it was horrible, so it couldn't work out. I tried to start a supply chain business for jewelers. I had access with really good sheep manufacturers in India, but it was hard to get clients as a 21-year-old. Everyone was working with someone for decades. I tried to start an aircraft. I love all these different ideas. This is great. I love it. I tried to start an aircraft detailing business, but have no experience in cleaning planes and did not want to play with someone's life because if something goes wrong, I will be in big trouble. Now I'm thinking to mix my tech knowledge and sales experience and finally do something that I can actually do. Like, for example, I made a new friend that is a lash tech. Lash tech? Like lashes? Okay. As she has access to a lot of beauty salons here in Montreal. So I thought about building an AI software that converts the instant messages to appointments for busy salons. But I'm still not sure, or an IT consulting business or a consulting business in general where you give solutions to the business et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. If anyone has another idea that will fit better, I'm down to listen. So here's the very first thing I want to get. And this is just from her writing on this. Focus.
Pick one.
Pick something and focus on it, right? You know exactly where I'm going with this. You can see it in my eyes where I was going with this. It's like you're all over the place, and which is okay to have a lot of ideas, but pick one.
Yes.
Pick one and get. I want to get back to the aircraft detailing business. Like, how do you? I'm just curious how you go from media buyer to supply chain for jewelers to aircraft detailing.
So media buyer to supply chain is not a huge
jump. That's not a huge jump. Not a huge jump at all.
Media buyer, you're basically supply chain, right? Like you're and I actually like the sheet metal thing, the supply chain.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody's been working with someone for decades, but a lot of that industry is aging out.
Yeah.
Right. So like it's going to need new blood. Yes, it will be hard when you start, but guess what? In 30 years, you're going to be that supplier for a lot of them that they worked with for decades.
Right.
Because once a lot of these people find a good metal supplier, they do not change them.
No.
Right. Like, so I always say, if it's really, really, really hard to sell into your market, it's going to be really, really hard for someone else to take away your customers.
Right. Once you have them. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So I like markets that are like 6 to 18 month sales cycles, right? Because a lot of them, it just means it's not something you switch very frequently, right? Like you pick one, and if it works, you don't care. I'll give you an example that, we sell like plotter supplies, right?
Yep.
So for like giant printers.
Yeah.
We've had customers for, I don't know, 15 years. there's plenty of guys out there that are cheaper than we are. And
Mhm.
I've asked them like, hey, why don't you go somewhere where it's cheaper? Because like we're not buying in nearly the volume we used to. So our prices have gone up because we lost our discounts.
Right.
And they're like, because I know when I call you, my paper's here the next day. Like
No, it's true.
like I don't have to
It's
worry
true.
about it.
Yep.
Right. And they're like, I don't care if I'm paying an extra $8 or $12 per roll.
Yeah, sometimes the money isn't the issue.
Because like when I need it, I know I'll have it the next day.
Yeah.
Right. And they're like, you even bailed us out a couple of times where we forgot to order, we ran out of paper, and someone from your company drove it over to us that day.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Like, but office supplies, things like that is not something a lot of businesses switch frequently.
Right.
Right. Like, so once again, I like businesses that have a long sales cycle where people are loyal to whoever they're with for a very long time. It requires a lot more persistent to break into that market, but it also requires whoever comes after you a lot more persistence.
Sure.
And especially if you are really good at it, right? And it's not always about price. Sometimes it's about the service or the reliability. You can win on that. Like you don't have to fight on price. In fact, you don't want to fight on price
Right.
at all if you don't have to.
Yeah.
Right? The moment you fight on price, you're just a commodity.
Yeah. If you're going to fight, fight on what you're going to, the service you're going to provide.
Yes.
Provide a better service.
Yes.
Build a better relationship.
Yes.
Right. Those types of things. If you're fighting on price, then it's just a matter before someone just beats you to the price.
Yeah. I always find it fascinating that Planet Fitness has a pizza day once a month.
Yes, he told me about this.
Right. And I'm like, why? Right. And what it comes down to is they could go get a gym membership anywhere. But for the people that come in for the pizza party, they're coming in. So a lot of them for the pizza party. So they feel like they're getting something for their money because they don't use the gym membership the rest of the month. Right. And I'm like, that's actually ingenious. Right. And for the people that are already in the gym, they might just want to grab a slice of pizza before they go home so they don't have to worry about dinner that night. It's a win-win, right? Is Planet Fitness the best gym out there? No. Planet Fitness has a very, very, very distinct business model. Like they looked at other gyms and said, okay, who are like the gym rats? What equipment do they primarily use? And that's the equipment you don't find at a Planet Fitness.
Right.
Right? Because they
they don't want those people.
No, they really don't want them. Right. And that also means that they can have their membership really, really, really cheap. They could have 40 treadmills, but 400 members because 380 of them will never show up.
Right.
Right. It's a gap in the market.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it. So, okay. So Unique Helicopter, listen, pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, Linda.
Focus. All right. No, seriously, pick something. You have a lot of ideas here.
Yeah.
Okay. Pick one of them. Start with it. Get it built. Don't quit after 3 months. Okay. No. You got to really try. You got to really put a lot of effort into it. I don't know how long you had all these different things, but you didn't say how long it took you to do them. Well, you're only 21 years old. You couldn't have spent too much time on them, right? A business is not starting today and in a month, if it doesn't work, trying something else.
It's that instant gratification.
Yeah, it doesn't work in business. Okay. You could start a business today, not have one dime in revenue come in for a year, right? And then money starts finally coming in, but it doesn't start turning a profit for another year or two, right? But then by year 4 or 5 or 6, now you have a sustainable, viable business. Well, guess what? You're still in your 20s. And if you have a viable business by the time you're 25, 26 years old, imagine where you're going to be when you're 30.
I know.
Okay. So and I don't know that you are, but it seems like you're doing this flip-flop thing where it's okay. I'm trying this. It didn't work out after a couple of months. Let me move on to something else.
Yep.
You might not see any growth in your business whatsoever for a year, 18 months, possibly 2 years.
Especially if it's a business that is relationship based and it has a long sales cycle.
Exactly.
You're not going to walk in somewhere and be like, "Hey, here's who I am. Do you want to buy my stuff?" And they're like, "No, we already have a supplier."
Yeah.
and you walk out, that's not the end of the deal. That was the start.
Right.
Like you might have to come back every month
Yeah.
for the next 18 months before they'll even talk to you.
Until you happen to walk in that one day where
Mhm.
their supplier couldn't get them what they needed. And it's like, you know what? Yes, I do need you right now.
Yes.
But all those other times they didn't need you before, now they do need
Yep.
you, right?
That's
So, I mean, it's like if I'm going to leave you with this one thing, I'm sorry.
I heard a great quote the other day is the skeptic is right more often, the optimist is richer,
Yeah.
right? Because the skeptics will be right more times. The entrepreneur only has to be right once,
Right.
right? Like,
Yeah.
but the skeptics will be right more often. It will fail more than it will
No,
succeed.
it's true.
But
It's
you
right.
just need that one
That
time
one time when you're
to
right.
succeed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's it.
So every time you walk into a sales meeting, and this is for everybody, it's not just for you, it's not just for Unique Helicopter. Every time you walk into a sales meeting, or every time you're about to pitch a product, or every time someone calls and wants to know more about your offering or something like that, just remember, if you don't believe in your business, why should they believe in
They
your
won't either.
business?
Yeah.
Right? So if you're jumping around from business to business to business because you don't believe in it, you're never going to go anywhere.
No.
You have to have such dedication and such belief in your business
Mhm.
that it glows and shines from you every time you talk about it.
Yep.
It can't be, I sell jewelry, or I this. No, it's got to be, I sell joy. I do this and I do that, and here's how I want to make it better for you. It's got to be your life. If it's not, and you don't believe in it, it's never going to succeed. I don't care what you do. It's not going to work.
So, yeah, I agree. I mean, one of the things that has kind of blown my mind over the years is like, if you look at a super saturated market like golf equipment, you have the giants of golf.
Yeah.
Every single pro golfer pretty much plays the same
Right.
4 brands, right? And for years I thought like, there's nobody that can break into this market. Like it's owned by these 4 giants, right?
Right.
Lately, you've seen Vice Golf break into it. You saw Tacoma Golf break into it. You saw Lab Putters break into it.
I didn't see anything, but sure.
Right. But
no, I got you.
into a market that has been for years said was owned by these giants, and
Yeah.
you couldn't get people to change. Well, guess what? Tacoma Golf did what Tesla did, where they went with a direct to consumer model,
Yeah.
which shaves 30% off the price of the product, right? So like, is the equipment as good as the top line from the major manufacturer that's played on tour? Maybe not. Is it 70% as good? Yeah. Yeah. It's probably 90% as good.
Yeah.
Right.
And for your average player, that's way more than they even need.
Correct. Right. Like it's overkill for what
Yeah.
they need. But, and then they went out and they didn't go after pro golfers, right? They went after YouTube golfers, right? Because who watches the YouTube golfers?
Right.
Other golfers that aren't even, that have no aspirations of ever playing on tour. They just want to enjoy the sport. Well, if their favorite YouTube creator is now playing those irons, why wouldn't they try it?
No, that makes sense.
Right? Like, because the YouTube golfer is far more like them than the pro is. Right?
Yeah.
So it was a brilliant strategy to get into a market that for years have been like talked about as being saturated and there's not really room for new brands. There's always room for what you do.
Yeah.
Right. You can always take something off of someone else's market share. I don't care what industry is in. Like it doesn't matter. There is always room for your business.
Yeah. But I can promise you they didn't start yesterday.
No.
They started a while ago, and they've been going at it a lot. And really pushing hard for a long period of time until they finally made their way in.
I'm going to look up when Tacoma was started because I had never heard of them up until about a year ago.
Okay. That's just like 10 years ago, if not longer.
Tacoma founding year. Let's look for that. 2021.
Really?
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah. So
that's pretty close. That's pretty quick. That's quick.
That's quick. Yeah.
They must have had a lot of backing.
That's interesting. I thought they would be at least from like the mid 2010s, like 2016.
Yeah, I thought 10 years or so.
No.
So,
but yeah, they were smart about it.
Anyway, unique helicopter. Hope that helps. Focus. Stay positive. Good luck to you.
Yes.
All right. With that, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
It's golf time.
It's golf time before it rains.
If it doesn't rain.
So, all right. For those of you on TikTok, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. Again, get your comments ready, your questions ready. We'll be happy to answer them. And everybody else watching this later on the podcast, thanks for watching. Gummi?
Remember to like and share and
the likes, the shares, all those things. Everything helps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially the views, especially the comments.
Yep.
But the likes and shares are also great. So, all right, man. Good luck on the course today. See ya.